My name is Ren, and today I'm going to teach you how to use your Count Fast deck called double-digit subtraction. This is similar to double-digit addition, but here we're teaching kids to mentally subtract double digits in their head. As with all the decks, the first card is going to be a math focus card, giving you the overall concept of the deck. And again, we're going to have the instruction card in your deck to teach you how to learn or how to use this deck. Again, there's 5 sets of cards that are all color-coded. So you'll want to separate out your decks into the appropriate color-coded piles. We have a time record sheet so that as they play each color-coded deck, you can keep track of how long it takes them to do the equations in their head. And as always, we've put in an answer key so that you can double check that the student is arriving at the correct answer. The important thing about the double-digit subtraction is that it's really geared towards grades 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And what we're trying to teach them is, for starters, how to do mental double-digit subtraction, but also it's going to start teaching them how to borrow back. So on day number 1, they're going to want to use their yellow deck. Again, all of the decks have 10 cards. They'll want to go through each of these 10 cards and be able to give you the correct answer. At the end of going through one deck, you'll want to record their time. We say to work on it for about 10 to 15 minutes a day, so it's okay that if you finish a deck, then you randomly mix it up and you start again. The more practice, the better. As you start to go through these decks, you'll see that in the first 2 decks, you don't have to borrow back any numbers. But as we go to the pink deck, we begin to get a little bit different. So in the 1 spot will always be a 0. So 53 minus 23 to give you 30. 64 minus 34 to give you 30. And then as we go forward with your green and your orange decks, the students are going to have to learn how to borrow back. So in this example, 34 minus 16 to get 18. So it's definitely a little bit more challenging, but the more they practice, the better they're going to get at having to borrow back and doing mental addition in their head. It's all about practice. So again, if you take about 15 minutes a day to really practice these skills, you'll see that students will learn how to do double-digit mental subtraction in their head, and they'll begin to do it a lot faster the more they practice. So it's really important to keep track on the time record so that they can also see their progress, because that's going to motivate them to keep wanting to practice more and more. These are really versatile cards because students can do this in a small group setting with multiple students because we have an answer key, so you know that they're able to understand what the correct answer should be and double check one another. You can also do this and pull students aside that need some extra help one-on-one. You can play it with your family. You can play it with a sibling. So there's a lot of different ways you can use these cards to get the practice. As they start to practice more and more, they'll be faster and faster, and that's why we call it Count Fast.